So before there's I think one or two comments I wanted to bring up, but before I go into that, I want to ask both of you. So Christy and then Ron. I'll start with Christy since you've been talking. So
Okay.
our topic today is getting started on a low carb diet. So um, what would you tell people watching based on your experiences with getting started? What would you tell them if somebody's just getting started?
Yeah. So I would say, like, learn about inflammation first. I didn't know what inflammation was until Dr. Barry, and I was already deep into it. And then I didn't turn my carb knob down enough to even get those symptoms under control. So I would say, learn what inflammation is and take stock of your symptoms. Like, do you have joint pain? Do you have like anxiety? Do you have these kind of things? And then take detailed measurements, because I didn't do that. I took measurements before, at the beginning of September, before I started sprinting and after, and I did a video on that, and I lost like 2 inches just in that month, just from sprinting alone. And that was after I was what I consider to be at my goal weight. So I wish I would have taken those measurements all along, and take detailed measurements, like take all the measurements. I don't have those. I took, like, chest, waist, hips, thighs. That's pretty much what I took. I wish I would have taken arms, and stuff like that. And I just didn't do detailed ones either. And then when you're getting started, I think you would talk about earlier, realize it's going to take some commitment. So like now it's easy for me. I don't obsess about food. I don't count anything. I eat when I'm hungry. I eat till I'm full, and that's it. I don't think about food again until I'm hungry again. But in the beginning, it wasn't like that for me. There's people in my life that have asked me about it, and like they don't even know how to count carb. Like they don't know what a carb is. Like they're asking me, well, how many beans can I eat? And I'm like, yeah, none of the beans, because I have to explain to them. Seriously, I know, right? Like, funny, but then it's like they really don't know. So you may have to track.
Exactly.
You may have to track carbs. Like if you have not been ever tracking things in your diet before, like how the heck do you know how many carbs 20 is? And yeah, I made a comment like, oof, Ron jumped right in. Like I would not maybe jump right in, although good for you for doing that. And if that's your personality and that's the way you do things, then hey, more power to you. He's like, no, don't do it. See, he did it. And he's like, don't do it. I didn't do it. And I had 3 weeks of adaptation symptoms to carnivore. And I was keto from February to June. When I went full carnivore, I did have like 3 weeks of trying to get the bathroom issues, dialed in, just the level of fat that I would need. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared for, any keto flu, like make sure you have your fats, make sure you have your electrolytes, have a plan for cravings, please. And then eventually you'll get fat adapted. Your body will start talking to you. And then that's where it's just, at least for me, that's where it just was like all good after that.
Yeah.
So that's my advice.
All right. So Ron, same question about getting started. With your experiences, what would you like to tell people that are just getting started?
But as far as like what I'd tell somebody that's doing low carb or this way of eating, don't waste time is what I would say. In other words, get it, if you're even thinking about it, get it started, do it slowly. If you're coming from a standard American diet and you haven't had any kind of keto or low carb or anything like that, and you're just doing a regular diet, increase your meat intake and decrease your carb intake slowly. Do it in moderation as far as how much you change. Don't just go all meat, because you are going to flip your system out. If you're coming from keto or low carb and going into carnivore, you're not going to have as big of a transition. But if you're going to do this, then don't concern yourself with, don't make your priority be, well, I have to eat this, I have to eat that, I have to do this, I have to do this, and I have to count this or that. Your main objective is your health, and your main objective is to get everything right inside of you. It's also to get what's up in your head right as well. Um, you will, like she said, the brain fog goes away. I had brain fog. I didn't even realize I had brain fog until I started doing this. I just thought, I'm forgetting little things here and there, or, things just don't come as easy as they used to. Um, But once you get on this, all of a sudden you start, things just become clearer, and it's amazing. But don't think of this either as a diet. You are creating a new habit. You've been training yourself for all these years to eat what you thought was the right way to eat. Now you are going to basically retrain yourself to eat the way you're supposed to eat and the way we're designed to eat. We're not designed to process all of these highly processed foods and all these complex carbs, and we're just not designed that way. And I would say, not research, but review people's testimonials, what people have gone through. Actually, watch not just the doctors. I mean, the doctors, they're great. They have all the information and everything. But if you really want to know about this way of eating, watch the videos of like Brian and what he's gone through, Greg, what he's gone through, Christy. The different perspectives all out there for different ways. Mine is basically a carb addiction method. I mean, that's what brought me into this. Christy's wasn't a carb addiction method, reason why she did it. Brian did it because of AFib. He got into this because he wanted to correct some things and plus lose some weight. But, his main thing was his heart. And I got into this because not knowing I had a carb addiction, but finding out I did. And I did this to support my wife. And my wife did it because nothing else was working. And that's why she did it. But find your why. Why are you watching this right now? Why are you watching videos that are out there? You had to have some reason to do it. It wasn't just by chance that you ended up here. It wasn't by chance that I ended up watching Dr. Barry interview Kelly Hogan. There's a reason why you are here right now. There's a reason why you're watching this later on. There's a reason why. And take that why and put it into practice. Go and put yourself into it. Don't hesitate. Just do it and do it now. That's what I would say.